Alright, today I am going to look at this Husqvarna chainsaw. It's the Husqvarna 359. This is a 59 if not a 60cc engine. It's a pretty decent chainsaw. I got it in and it just won't start. So I'm going to troubleshoot this thing and see if we can get it running. So we got this in, it just won't start. Looks to be in pretty good shape. But one thing I noticed right off the bat, you can see when I'm pulling it, it's pulling relatively easy. But of course I looked over here and this model has the compression release valve. And the compression release was set. So now I'm going to pull it out. It helped a little bit, but I think it's still pulling a little easy. So that's a possibility, you know, if it's too hard to pull, you know, I'm going to go in here and check the muffler, take the muffler off, and check in here and see if there's scoring on the piston. Because I know when I open this up, everything looked pretty good. The hose lines look pretty good. It still has some gas in it, but when I look in there, you know, the hose is there, the filter's in there. It just looks like, I don't think it's a fuel problem. Next thing, I'll check the spark plug and see if there's gas getting to it, and then I'm going to take the muffler off and see if we can see any scoring on the piston. So let me pull this a few times with the choke on. I can smell the gas, but it kind of looks dry. I'm gonna have to look further into it. I'll have to look a little further into that. I was expecting to see a little gas in there. I might as well leave that off for now. And let me turn this around and take the muffler off here. Alright, so I'm going to take the side plate off and the blade. That's a half inch. It's a half inch or a 13mm. Decided to put some gloves on so that I won't be smelling like gas all day. Although gas and oil is not a bad thing. It's better than most colognes I've seen out there. So everything looks pretty clean. Loosen this up a bit. I've already taken the screws off the front of this little guard here. Doesn't get away. Side. Here one. Swing that away. There we go. That's out of the way. Alright. Takes an Allen key, Allen wrench. This side, it's either full of dirt or the head is stripped. Can't really tell. It's just hard to get that sucker out of there. Okay, I think that got it. I'm not sure. There we go. Alright, there's the gasket. It looks all wet. Let's take a look. There's no carbon deposits here on the port, but I can already see a lot of scoring on the piston. Let's see if we can get you a close-up of that. Shine a little light there. Let's see if we can see the scoring that's going on. So that's definitely part of the problem. A lot of scoring on that piston. I've seen worse, but it's definitely there. So there's a loss of compression there. Okay, we saw the scored piston, but to make sure, I think I'm going to check the actual compression to confirm. Adjust that one. Yeah, I'm not even getting any. It's not even hardly registering. Let me try it with the compression valve closed. Yeah, I would say there's no compression. It's barely at 25. There we go. Let me take this off. So that was a quick diagnosis. And there's obviously a loss of compression. We saw the scoring on the piston. But what bothers me too, when I had the spark plug in it and I was yanking around, and maybe, you know, I wasn't seeing any gas or any, you know, the spark plug was still bone dry. And maybe that's a cause of a loss of compression, but what I'm thinking is this thing probably has a leak somewhere, like between the cylinder and the carburetor, that adapter there. Maybe there's a leak there. There's something where a lot of air was getting into it while he was running it, so it was running really, really lean. Then it overheated and boom, caused the scoring on the piston. But that's my guess, but we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and get the parts ordered. I'll get the cylinder, piston, and all the good stuff here. When I take it apart, I'll check this adapter and check for any air leaks. Everything else looks good. I mean, the carburetor looks good, the fuel lines look good. So I will get the parts on order and continue from there.